निवेश की आपने चर्चा की, लेकिन देश के अंदर जो चर्चा होती है वो सबसे ज़्यादा नौकरियों को लेकर है और चुनावी वर्ष है। मोदी सरकार बनने के बाद 2014 से लगभग 2021-22 तक 7 लाख के आसपास सरकारी नौकरियां दी गई थी और उसके बाद से पिछले 18 महीनों में, चूंकि फोकस बहुत नौकरियों पर आया, 8 लाख से ज़्यादा सरकारी नौकरियां दी गई। आपकी सरकार दावा करती है कि मुद्रा लोन बहुत दे रहे हैं, उससे हम रोज़गार के साधन लोगों को प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं, फिर वो इंटर्न आगे लोगों को देंगे। लेकिन विपक्ष इस बात पर घेरता है। लगभग जो सरकारी आंकड़ा है कहता है 9.5 से 10 लाख सरकारी नौकरियां अभी भी रिक्त हैं। राहुल गांधी कहते हैं कि 30 लाख सरकारी नौकरियां रिक्त हैं, हम सरकार में आते ही वो देंगे। वो राइट टू अप्रेंटिसशिप लॉ भी लाना चाह रहे हैं, जिसमें वो 1 लाख युवाओं को देंगे और लगभग 8,500 महीने। ऐसे में ये कितना बड़ा चैलेंज है आपके लिए, क्योंकि बेरोजगारी एक मुद्दा है जिस पर विपक्ष आपको बार बार घेरता है।
विपक्ष जो बार बार कह रहे हैं उनके लिए मैं एक प्रश्न उठाना चाहती हूँ। जब वो राजस्थान में सरकार में थे, मध्य प्रदेश में थे, छत्तीसगढ़ में थे, अभी कर्नाटका में भी हैं, हिमाचल में भी हैं, एक पायलट तो दिखाना चाहिए। जैसे हिंदी में आप बोलते हैं झलक दिखाओ भाई, फिर लोकसभा में हम वोट देंगे आपको। कहीं कुछ नहीं करते हैं, घूमते रहते हैं, भारत को ये जोड़ो, भारत को न्याय दिलाओ, भारत को। अरे भैया प्लीज, इतना भी स्कैटर्ड मन के साथ ना घूमो भाई, एक जगह बैठो, प्लान करो।
What do you think, madam, of the Right to Apprenticeship Act? This is one of Congress's big promises. They say, like we brought Manrega, like we brought the Food Security Act, we now intend to bring the Right to Apprenticeship Act. Given that unemployment is one of the big challenges any government faces, is this a workable solution? What do you think of it as finance?
I want to ask of you, Rahul. Only when you think you have to have a right to so-and-so in the parliament passed, is the world going to change? Right to Food Act, right to this act, right? No one is against rights, please to ask. But are you even empowered to ask for your rights? So would you want to place emphasis on empowering people? Give them the basic facilities across the board for everybody. Once you bring this right, and once you don't implement it, which is what they did, they brought all the right and kept crowing about it. Tell me how ineffectively they've used Manrega. Atrocious accounts came out of their time, Manrega being implemented. And now when it is being properly implemented, particularly because of the context being COVID, for instance, they mock at you saying, there you go, we brought the act and you don't even give us credit, but you're using it. Array, extreme, once in 100-year kind of a situation, you use that. It becomes a, blue book every time you want to quote. When you give them enough support to empower them and they are in a position to do their own. And I was very glad to hear Mr. Puri talk about dignity and not talk about poverty. What does that mean? Yes, talk about poverty, deliver on removing people from poverty, but do it with dignity intact. I was so glad to hear that. And that's what empowering is all about. And that is exactly what Prime Minister Modi has done. Give houses for everybody who's in that, below poverty line. Make sure they don't have to run helter-skelter. Use technology to say wherever they are, they can get their food quota, and so on. So, right to skilling. Isn't that what government is doing today? Skilling is happening all over the country. Not just for, those usual skills. Lathe machine chalao, sewing machine chalao, papad banao. No. Even on AI. Even to use technology. Imagine the rural environment today. And all of us talk about women, women's rights. Sorry, Rahul, I'll have to take a minute on this. Who is being trained to use drones in the villages? And for all of us who speak about gender justice, and for all of us who want more women's participation in labor force, what is Prime Minister Modi doing to the women in the villages? They are the ones who are going to operate the drones. And what drones? Which are going to spray fertilizer which are going to measure the extent of the land cultivating a certain particular crop, which is also going to look at aerially what is the health of the crop. In rural India, for women to hold those instruments and go about doing these jobs, does it have a big impact on the mindset itself? So you're doing things making sure that you will ensure people are trained for skills. What is this Vishwakarma Yojana? Where people who are doing their jobs with bare hands or with minimum tools, you're giving them better market access, better training them, better modern equipments, and making sure that they will get a toolkit worth 15,000 rupees, 500 rupees during the skilling, no rights act business, 500 rupees per day during the training session. So you are able to see what impact this Vishwakarma is having on the ground, and then now say, no, I'm bringing a right for it. No right in the parliament, no passing of any law, it's happening in the ground. Let's talk about delivering things. We put everything in the right bracket and never delivered. And we can always speak about, I have given the right, but you have not delivered.
Before she became finance minister, Nirmala Sitharaman, I'm sure most of you remember, used to be a highly pugnacious spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. As finance minister, she puts on a more sophisticated financial avatar. It's at moments like these that the political boxes, the gloves come on, and then she's throwing some political punches. So thank you for that. Madam Finance Minister.
Ensuring by saying a thank you that I don't come up with one more on him.